你跟老师的距离要跟我的距离是一样的。
好
好，开始哦。
啊，
欢迎来到家翔与宗裕的小天地，我是楚在翔。
我是张宗宇。
那么我们今天呢很开心哦，还记得我们上学期的上一支里面已经过很久了。上一支里面有请到我们台东家生的英语绘画科的 Peter 老师来帮我们进行这个访问的部分哦。那今天的主题比较不一样，因为我们台东家生在这个学校呢有一个叫做多元选修的课程，那么是专为2年级开设的。那么其中有一个课程叫做自助旅行101。那么今天呢就是 Peter 老师呢有准备简报，然后呢他会介绍一下自助旅行101的课程架构，大概是个什么样子的规划，然后还会介绍他选的国家哦，所以大家一定要听到最后。那我们就现在就把时间交给 Peter 老师。
All right, so now I'm going to look at the screen in a minute.
Yeah.
At the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So shall I just make a start right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now normally this presentation is 20 or 30 minutes, but I'm going to squash it down to like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to go really fast. Okay. So the first question is, where is England? I'm from England, and if you look at the map right there, you can see that it's number 2. That's number 2. But actually, England is it's not just England. We've got England, Scotland, and Wales, and England is the pink one. Okay, we go to the next one.
And I have imagined about the British Empire.
That's right. The British Empire used to be shown in pink on the world map. Okay, so we mentioned England, Scotland, and Wales, but what happens if we add them all together? Well, we end up with Great Britain. So we often we hear the word England, we hear the word Britain, and that's the difference. If we've got England, Scotland, and Wales together, that makes Great Britain. Okay, but what about if we look across the sea towards Ireland, if we add Northern Ireland, not Ireland, but just the north part, if we add Great Britain and Northern Ireland, we get the UK. Right, so on my passport it says the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. That seems very complicated, right? It kind of is.
And I have imagined about that the Jaguar from a British company will be transformed into an electric car company 2 years later.
That's right. Jaguar is a famous British car company. So now the UK used to be in the EU, the European Union, but now it isn't, right? Because in 2016, the UK decided to leave the EU. So this is called Brexit, right? Because Britain, exit. We combine those two words together.
And also in the UK they use pounds.
That's right. Pounds is the money that you spend when you go to England. That's right. So £1 is about 50 Taiwan dollars or 40. It depends. It changes every day.
I have imagined about that there is Elizabeth Line, and also the metro will be the New Tube of London, and also the Glasgow subway.
Yes, that's right. So let's talk a little bit about flags. You can see that the English flag is a red cross on a white background, and the Scottish flag is a blue flag with a white cross on it. Now imagine we add those two flags together and we end up with the Union Jack, which is the flag of Great Britain. And there's actually an extra cross in there. Ireland used to be part of Britain, but now Ireland is independent.
It had conflicts with the UK.
That's right. But we keep that part of the flag, and that's the flag of Britain, combining England and Scotland. But what about Wales? Actually, the flag of Wales is a dragon, which is a very cool flag, but it's not on the flag of Britain. So sorry, Wales. Now, how big is the UK? The UK is bigger than Taiwan. Now you can take a look at this picture. How much bigger is Taiwan, England compared to Taiwan? Well, it's about 7 times bigger. It's not precisely 7 times, but that's about the number. Now, what about the Taiwan's mountains are very, very big. We've got like about 268 mountains bigger than 3,000 meters, I think.
And also, the Britain has Jersey, Isle of Man, and on behind of the mainland.
That's right. We have a few small islands as well, just like Taiwan has Penghu and a Green Island. But the mountains in England are very small. Look, it says there that there's only one mountain. Well, I think we don't have any mountains larger than 1,000 meters. And we have, Scotland has a few tall mountains, but basically we've only got a few mountains and they're pretty small compared to Taiwan. Now, how many people live in the UK? Basically, we've got about 70 million people. And that number is going up very, very slowly. And most people in England live in England, not the Northern Ireland and Scotland and Wales.
And this year, they will have Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and it will have the scenes in London, and it has the walkie-talkie tower.
Right, great. I'm looking forward to those movies. Now let's talk about food. In England, one of the famous dishes that people like to eat is fish and chips. That's a classic meal. We've got deep fried fish with some chips. And in England, we don't say French fries, we say chips. And do you know what we like to put on our chips? It's not meizifan. No, we like to put vinegar.
And also,
chips 不是用马
What we
chips 不是用马铃薯布
right? Well, no, we say malingsu. We say French fries. We say chips.
Yeah.
But potato chips we say crisps.
Ah,
So we have a different word.
and the Britain nation has some overseas territories like Cayman Islands, and also in the Caribbean, and through the all continents.
That's right. And also Bermuda, which is where I was born, which is why I'm British. So I was born in Bermuda, and that makes me from the UK.
And also that, and in the overseas territories, the people have more communications with the British mainland.
That's right. So now we like to put salt and vinegar on our chips. Now, like I just mentioned, in the UK we say chips. In America they say fries. In England for 洋芋片, right? Is that right? We'll say in America they say chips. In England we say crisps, because the word crisp means 脆脆的. So that's why we say. Now Americans say cookies. In England we say biscuits.
Biscuit. What about biscuit?
Biscuit, that's what we say instead of cookies. And Americans say candy. We don't say candy. We say sweets.
Wow.
Sweets. The word sweet, of course, means 甜.
像讲 sweet 好像
Americans say dessert, right?
Yeah.
They eat dessert, but in England we say pudding. Yeah, so we might
pudding 不是布
pudding. Yes, well that's a different kind of pudding.
And I've known the British YouTubers and also Primark and M&S.
That, right, M&S, very famous store. Now in England we also love to eat curry. Curry is from India, but we have a lot of people, they came to live in England after the Second World
Rishi
War.
Sunak.
Yes, that's right. The Prime Minister is of Indian heritage. And so people in England love to eat curry. We also love bangers and mash. Bangers means sausages. Mash means mashed potato. And so it's a very popular meal, mashed potato and sausages.
And also King Charles. King Charles will be have to become a king after the death of the Queen.
That's right. He's the king now. When his mother died. So let's move on to afternoon tea. It's a very popular thing that people like to do in England. You go to an expensive hotel, they offer afternoon tea, some delicious snacks, and of course tea with milk.
And I know that the Scottish seal, that you need to be careful about that, and also the stamp, you need to be cautioned by it.
That's
because
right.
there will be treason.
Oh, right. Yes. You don't want to commit treason. Now, I want to mention a couple of things from Scotland. Haggis. Not many people like to eat haggis, or mostly it's eaten in Scotland. It's basically a sheep's stomach, and you fill it with different meats and vegetables, all kind of minced up, and you boil it, and that is called haggis. And also, whiskey is another famous Scottish product. Lots of different kinds of whiskey made in Scotland. One more thing to mention here is the full English breakfast. It's very popular to have on a Sunday morning. People will fry. It's not a healthy food, but you've got fried eggs, fried bacon, fried mushrooms, even fried toast. And we have this thing called black pudding. Black pudding in American is called blood sausage. And basically it's very similar to, what do you call that in Chinese? It's black and it's kind of chewy. You eat it in the night market. 猪血糕.
Oh, 猪血糕.
It's very similar to 猪血糕. Pig blood cake. That's
And
right. Quite similar to that.
I have imagined about the Plymouth that is coastal city and is important for the British government.
Yeah, Plymouth. It's pronounced Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Yes, yes. And one more thing to mention here is baked beans. You see those beans? It's covered in a kind of tomato sauce. People in England love baked beans. We have it for breakfast. Now, let's talk about the English countryside. There are many beautiful places. This is one of them called the Cotswolds, and another place is called the Lake District in the northwest. Now, the Lake District is a beautiful place, lots of lovely lakes. However, there is one small problem. Can you guess what it is? It's the rain. It rains a lot in the UK. Can you guess how many days per year? Well, I'm going to tell you because of time constraints. It's 156 days per year, so on average.
So that's the truth of the kingdom.
Yeah, that's right. So 156 days per year it rains in the UK. But actually, it doesn't rain that much in London compared to the rest of the country. You can see London there's brown. That means it doesn't get much rain. Most of the rain is in Scotland and Wales, and also the west side of the country. So and it doesn't show it, but Ireland also gets a lot of rain.
And in Wales, in the old days, they will ban the language, and now they will have Welsh in the Wales territory.
That's right. We'll talk about the Welsh language in a minute. Now in Scotland, they wear these traditional kind of clothing. It's called kilts. It looks like a skirt, but don't call it a skirt. It's called a kilt. And people wear them for special occasions like weddings. But real men don't wear underpants under their kilt. So you can see that it's kind of funny. When the wind blows up, you better watch out because the Scottish men are not wearing anything under their kilts. Now, Scotland is also famous for the Loch Ness Monster. You've probably heard of it before. It's a lake. A loch means a very big lake. And it has this monster living there, which some people think perhaps could be a dinosaur that's still alive there after thousands of years. Now, it has a nickname called Nessie. Now, you just mentioned about Wales. Wales has its own language called Welsh, and some of the words are really, really long words. And this word right here is the name of a place on a train station, and that's real. That's not a joke. It's actually one word, a super long name. Yeah,
And also in Bangkok, the name is really long. Bangkok in Thailand.
Yes. Now this is my old house. I used to live in a house called Churchgate, and it's right next to a church which is 900 years old. It's a really, really old church. And now we don't live there now, but it's a very beautiful part of the country. There's sheep everywhere. So when you drive your car, you have to be careful. You have to press your horn to make the sheep kind of go away, because sheep are kind of stupid. They just stand there, and then you have to kind of press your horn to scare them and make them run away.
On the next year, they will have Paddington, and it's about in Peru, and the bear has a British citizenship.
Yeah, I've heard that. Great. So now my mom, she's moved to the south of the country. It's a very small island called the Isle of Wight. And the cliffs of that island are made of chalk. They're very, very beautiful. They look white. And it's a little bit warmer in the south of England. Just like in Taiwan, we have Kaohsiung, Pingdong. They are much hotter than Taipei. So there's a small difference in temperature.
London.
London is in the south, yes. Now, because it's an island and lots of people like to sail yachts, sail their boats, they will have this race every year. They go around the island. All right, now, who is this famous person? Can you guess?
Just the Queen and I have imagined about that the British
我看，
aviation carriers and also the companies to make planes and such as EasyJet and also Jet2 and TUI.
Yes, yes, yes. Right, so this is Queen Elizabeth II. Here's some pictures of her from when she was a young person to when she's older.
Coronation.
That's right, when they put the crown on her head. And she loved corgis. So here's a picture of her with her corgis. Now, when the Queen died, who was next in line? Well, of course, that's King Charles. He's the oldest son of the Queen, so he became king. Now, the UK has a queen or a king instead of a president. We don't have presidents, we have kings.
I think about that and also the Princess Diana died in Paris.
Yes, she did. That's right. And I think 1997.
1997
Yes.
in Paris and just in August.
Yes. All right, I've got to move on because I'm worried about the time. So here we are. This is the Houses of Parliament. We can see Big Ben on the right there. That's that's where the government does its work in the Houses of Parliament. And Big Ben, of course, is a famous landmark. London is also famous for the London Eye. You can go up there. You can take a 30-minute journey around. It's very expensive though, so you better save up your pennies if you want to go on the London Eye. And you can do it at night. This is Tower Bridge, not London Bridge. Many people say this is London Bridge. It's actually, London Bridge is a different bridge. It looks quite normal, but Tower Bridge has the special road which can lift up to let the boats through. This is the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. So that's where the Queen used to live. Now I think the King lives there. And it's very, very cool to watch that. But in the summer, even though England does get a lot of rain in the summer, it can be very hot for a short time. And sometimes these soldiers will fall down, they pass out, they're too hot. Now in England, we drive on the left side of the road. So you have to be careful when you're crossing the road to look the other way. So this woman, she's crossing the road, and she should look to her right
And
as she's crossing.
Also appears on Japan and also Hong Kong.
Yeah, so be careful. And of course, that means that the steering wheel is on the other side of the car. It may feel a little strange if you've never been in a car like that before. And also remember that when in the UK, the first floor is called the ground floor. So that means if you go upstairs, in Taiwan, that would be the second floor. No, that would be the first floor is upstairs.
哦，
So so right now we're on the ground floor here.
Yeah.
If we went upstairs to the first floor,
，yeah，
sorry, in Taiwan that would be the second floor, but in England that's the first floor.
And I have
所以
felt
台湾的1楼跟2楼的区别是不太一样。
Yeah, basically we have the first floor in England is the ground floor, and then the second floor in Taiwan is the second floor. In England that's the first floor.
Okay.
and I have thought about the Range Rover, Land Rover, and the Knicks here.
Yeah, right. So this is a very quick quiz. Means you just have to guess whether these characters are from the UK or not from the UK.
Okay.
So we've got Teletubbies. I'm going to go through them quick. All right. We've got Sherlock Holmes, Snoopy, Elvis. Right, Mao Wong. He's a rocker from the 50s or 60s. Yeah. Then we have Ed Sheeran. Who's that? Finn. I always get Finn and Jake mixed up.
But it's from Cartoon Network, it's American.
Okay, then do you know who that is? It's a black and white photo of show. Do
啊，
you know who that is?
蔡英文啊。
Yeah, that's right. That's anyone. Good. And then we have what's his name? Tom Holland,
Yeah.
The Rock,
Yeah.
Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Then we have Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
Winston Churchill,
啊
Messi,
Yeah. Nice.
Daniel Radcliffe, who plays Harry Potter, Shaun the Sheep, Tom Hiddleston, I think.
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston,
修黑哦，
Bugs Bunny, 007, Mr.
没
Bean,
有修黑哦。
and Donald Trump.
嗯
And as just a real quick, give you the answers. So
Yeah.
we've got Teletubbies, that is UK.
，Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes, UK. Snoopy, America. Elvis, America.
三
Yeah.
类。
Then we have Justin. No, not Justin. Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, he's from the UK. Jake, he is American.
Yeah.
Taiwan, of course, she is from Taiwan, but she did study in the UK.
Yeah.
Then we have Tom, what was his name again? I forgot, one of the Toms. Spider-Man. Time's up. All right, so he's from the UK. Then we have The Rock, he's from America. Then we have Bart Simpson from America, Justin Bieber from Canada, Winston Churchill from England, and Messi's from Argentina.
Yeah.
And we have Daniel Radcliffe, he's from England. Shaun the Sheep is from England. Tom Hiddleston from England. Bugs Bunny is from America. 007, UK. Mr. Bean, UK. Donald Trump, America.
简报最后一张是不是还有一个 Q&A？
That's the end of my presentation. Hope you liked it.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're welcome.
Bye.
太棒了，太棒了。